Planning to visit New York City? Buckle up because we've got the ultimate guide of do's and don'ts for your upcoming adventure. Welcome to the city that never sleeps, where dreams are made, and the skyline is a sight to behold. New York City is a dazzling display of culture, cuisine, and countless experiences waiting to be discovered. In this video, we'll share 10 key tips to make your Big Apple adventure unforgettable and hassle-free. So, without further ado, let's jump right in. Do number 1. Embrace the city's extensive public transportation system. New York City is known for its impressive network of subways, buses, and bike-sharing services. These aren't just transportation options. They are a quintessential part of the city's identity. By choosing public transit, you're not just saving money. You're also soaking up the local culture, rubbing shoulders with the city's diverse population, and reducing your carbon footprint. The subway, with its 24-hour service, can zip you across the city faster than any cab stuck in traffic. City buses offer scenic routes, and biking can be a fun, healthy way to explore the city's neighborhoods. There's a certain charm to reading a book on a subway car, people watching on a city bus, or feeling the wind in your hair as you bike across the Brooklyn Bridge. So grab a Metro card, download a transit app, and start your urban adventure. Remember, when in New York, travel as New Yorkers do. Don't number 1. Never ignore the locals. New York City is more than just towering skyscrapers and bustling streets. It's a melting pot of different cultures and experiences, and who better to guide you through it than the people who call it home? Locals know the city like the back of their hand, and can offer insights you won't find in any guidebook. They can point you to the best hole-in-the-wall restaurants, suggest the perfect picnic spot in Central Park, or even share the quickest route to navigate the subway. Remember, New Yorkers are not as intimidating as they might seem. They are often more than willing to share their city's secrets. Building connections with locals can enrich your travel experience in ways you'd never imagine. It's like having an insider's guide to the city. So, when in New York, don't just stick to the tourist trail. Engage with the locals, ask for their suggestions, listen to their stories. So keep your ears open for local tips. Do number 2. Don't skip the city's lesser-known attractions. There's charm to be found beyond the glitz and glamour of Times Square. Have you heard of the Elevated Acre? A hidden paradise nestled among the skyscrapers of the financial district, this one-acre urban park offers stunning views of the East River. Or perhaps the Whispering Gallery at Grand Central Terminal. The acoustics of this unassuming archway allow whispers to echo from one corner to the other. Then there's the New York Earth Room, an indoor earth sculpture that's been on display since the 70s. It's an entire room filled with earth. And yes, it's as intriguing as it sounds. And let's not forget the City Reliquary, a small museum dedicated to New York City artifacts. It's an offbeat treasure trove of the city's history, so venture off the beaten path. Explore the city's lesser-known gems. Trust us, these hidden gems are worth the detour. Don't number 2. Avoid falling for tourist traps. The allure of the tourist trap. But what exactly is a tourist trap? It's a place with overpriced goods and services, often of questionable quality, designed to attract unwary travelers. New York City, like any major destination, has its fair share. Take, for instance, the infamous pedicab rides in Central Park. They might seem like a charming way to see the sights, but before you know it, you could be charged hundreds of dollars for a short ride, or the seemingly innocent souvenir shops where the price tags are often a lot heftier than they should be. So how do you avoid these traps? Do some research ahead of time. Know the average costs for goods and services. And most importantly, don't be afraid to say no. A firm no thank you can save you a lot of trouble and money. Remember, not all that glitters is gold. Do number 3. Be sure to try the city's famous street food. New York City is a melting pot of cultures, and this diversity is reflected in its vibrant street food scene. From the sizzling hot dogs of the iconic push carts to the heavenly aromas of the halal food trucks, your taste buds are in for a treat. Don't miss out on the city's legendary pretzels, a favorite among New Yorkers and tourists alike. They are twisted, salted, and baked to perfection, offering a delightful crunch in every bite. Then there's the classic New York slice. Thin, crispy, and loaded with cheese, it's a culinary masterpiece that's served on nearly every street corner. And let's not forget the international influences. You can savor delicious empanadas, indulge in succulent kebabs, or enjoy a hearty bowl of ramen, all from the convenience of a food stall. Street food in New York City is more than just a quick bite. It's a flavorful journey through the city's multicultural spirit. So keep your appetite ready for some real NYC treats. Don't number 3, don't forget to tip. Now let's talk dollars and cents, or rather, tipping etiquette in the Big Apple. In New York City, tipping isn't just a nice to do, it's an unwritten rule. From taxi drivers and hotel staff to wait staff at restaurants, tipping is a significant part of their income. Why is it so important, you might ask? Well, many service industry workers earn less than minimum wage, relying heavily on tips to make up the difference. That's why a standard tip in NYC is typically between 15 to 20% of your total bill. And remember, it's not just about money. Tipping is a way of showing appreciation for good service. It's a small act that says, "Hey, I see you and I appreciate the work you're doing." So when you're exploring the city that never sleeps, don't forget those who help make your visit memorable. When in doubt, tip it out. Do number 4, walk the city. New York City is a metropolis that never sleeps, a vibrant tapestry woven with countless stories and experiences. One of the best ways to truly immerse yourself in this energy is by exploring on foot. As you walk, you'll feel the pulse of the city, each step a brushstroke on the canvas of your journey. Strolling through the city allows you to discover hidden gems that you might miss when traveling by car or subway. Whether it's a quaint coffee shop tucked away in a corner or an interesting piece of street art, these discoveries add a unique flavor to your travel experience. Walking also gives you the flexibility to set your own pace, to stop and appreciate the architecture, or to simply soak in the atmosphere. And let's not forget, it's a great form of exercise too. So, lace up your comfortable shoes and hit the pavement. Remember, New York is best experienced at a walker's pace. Don't number 4, avoid overpacking. Now, this might sound like a no-brainer, but when it comes to packing for a trip to New York City, less is truly more. Firstly, remember that New York City's weather can be unpredictable, so it's best to pack versatile pieces that can be layered. Think lightweight sweaters, breathable tops, and a trusty waterproof jacket. Secondly, shoes. You'll be doing a lot of walking, so comfortable footwear is a must. But remember, space in your suitcase is precious, so limit yourself to 2 pairs, one for daytime exploring and one for evening outings. And finally, the beauty of NYC is that whatever you forget, you can buy. So rather than stuffing your suitcase to the brim, leave some room for the inevitable shopping you'll do. New York City is a place of endless discovery, and you'll want to be unburdened by heavy luggage. So remember, travel light, travel right. Now that's a wrap on our top do's and don'ts for visiting New York City. We've journeyed together through the hustle and bustle, the hidden gems, and even a few pitfalls to avoid in the city that never sleeps. Let's do a quick recap, shall we? We kicked off our virtual tour by answering the call of the Big Apple. The city's energy is infectious, and it's waiting for you to dive right in. But remember, while the bright lights of Times Square are dazzling, don't let them blind you to the rest of what New York has to offer. Next up, we learned to embrace public transportation. New York's subway might seem daunting, but it's your ticket to experiencing the city like a local. And speaking of locals, we also discussed the importance of respecting their pace. They might not always have time for a chat, but that's just part of the city's charm. We then turned our gaze to lesser-known attractions. New York is brimming with hidden gems, so don't limit yourself to the well-trodden paths. But beware of tourist traps. They're easy to fall into, but with a little savvy, you can steer clear and make your trip truly unforgettable. Our journey also took us through the aromatic world of New York's street food. From hot dogs to pretzels, it's a culinary adventure you simply can't miss. Just don't forget to tip. It's not just courteous, it's expected in the city. We also learned the joy of exploring the city on foot. Walking around New York is the best way to truly soak in its vibrant atmosphere. But remember, pack light. Overpacking will only weigh you down in this fast-paced city. So, are you ready to conquer the concrete jungle? Happy traveling?